What's up, guys? This is Badwolf. Some of you may know me as Joe Churrick, or Dad Wolf. So this video is in response, well, hopefully in continuation of a series for the video that Junior Choffles made about what Smash means to me. So this is Badwolf's story on what Smash means to me. I guess I'll just start kind of how he started. I'll start with how I got into the scene. Well, I guess I'll start from the very beginning, which this might be the lengthiest part of the video. But so when my first system that I got was an N64. My friends from up the street got it for our family, really, but the first game I had was Smash. So even from the start, Smash has been part of my video game career, video game life for as long as I've played video games for. So yeah, I played the crap out of Smash. I finished all of the single player modes, all of the multi-event modes and everything multiple times. Like, I don't know, too many to count. So then, same kind of thing happened with the GameCube. The GameCube was gifted to us from friends, and the first game that came out with it was Melee, Super Smash Bros. Melee. So I played that, again, a ton, a lot. Like, cleared every single mode, cleared the data, reset it, everything, multiple times. Same thing with Brawl. And even though I played a bunch of other games, there's always been one consistent game, and that was Smash. I could go on streaks of a couple months of playing different games, a couple months of playing whatever, Lego Star Wars, whatever it was. But there was always Smash. I could always come back to Smash. It was a game that you could just pick up at any time, play with friends, and it was always fun. I never grew tired of Smash. Sure, I would get tired of it for a few weeks or whatever, but then as soon as I finished another game, right back at Smash. So yeah, that's been my whole video game life for as long as I can remember. And so, what the start of leading up to why I got into competitive Smash. I moved to Colorado when I was about 16, 17, junior year of high school. And I met these really good group of friends that got me connected, and after high school ended, about summer of 2012, we started hanging out on Friday evenings, and the game that was played the most was Smash. Every night, or every Friday night, was Smash. Everybody played Smash. And I got to a point where I wasn't demolishing people, but I was kind of the best player out of my group of friends. We still played 4-player Smash. No items, at least. But, yeah, so I kind of started making the skill gap a little bit more, because I just played ever since I was 6 years old when Smash came out. So I always had at least that knowledge of Smash. So that being said, after all, playing with my friends and stuff, I started making Smash tournaments for my friends. They'd come over to my house and we'd play and stuff. And when was it? When the Smash documentary came out. I've seen the title on YouTube and floating around, and I was like, oh, that looks interesting, I might watch it later. And one of my friends actually got me to watch it. So I started watching it, and oh, that looks cool and stuff. And then I actually started, I think it was halfway through the first video where they actually started talking about Smash tournaments. They make tournaments for Smash? Count me in. At the time, I'm assuming they can't be that good. I'm gonna wreck everybody and, be that new guy that comes on the scene and smashes everybody. Smashes. So yeah, and then Well, actually, before that, I met one of my friends had a graduation party, and he had a friend that's, oh, I think he could beat you in Smash. He plays it competitively. I'm like, nah, no one can beat me in Smash. That's my game. So in comes Bryce, and some of you might know him as Bounty Hunted, or he goes by a few other tags, but that's the one I remember as. Um, that was a couple years ago, so he hasn't come with anything lately, but he was my first exposure to the Smash scene. We played. He brought over Project Dem, which is like, what's Project Dem? I never even heard of this game before. He brought it over, and we played it, and he kind of pooped on me. It was relatively close. It was like 2 stocks, 1 stock. I beat him maybe 1 game out of like 10 or something. But it's like, wow, okay, maybe these people are actually good. So then enter end of February 2014 was my first tournament that I went to. Me and my friend, we entered doubles, and our first tourney match I remember was against Ace and what's his tag? JVCD, JCVD, one of those, Brian. So yeah, John and Brian, that was our first doubles match, and like, oh, we got pooped on. It was still like decently close, but I think they were kind of just toying with us a little bit. And then I played. Who did I play? My first singles match was, I think, was Lunch Meat. I'm not entirely sure about that one. But he played like Samus. I'm like, oh, I've played against Samus before. I know what to do. He just did a bunch of wicked stuff. It's like, wow, what the heck? I got pooped on, like 3-stock both games. Then in losers round, in losers, I played Messi. And at the time, he played his Fraudulent Chic. And again, I just got pooped on. Like, man, this is what it looks like to be good at Smash, you know? I always thought I was the top of... Everyone else was here, and I'm here, and no one else can reach me. Go to my first Smash tournament, and I'm the one who's down here, and everyone else is, like, way up there. And it's like, oh my gosh. So I started coming to the Wednesday weeklies, and, you know, it was still a scrub, you know, kind of slowly gaining skill level. And it wasn't until, like, right after Rev 1, I think, when I actually started maining Ike, and that's when I started making the jump closer to the high up people. And so it's been fun to see how much I've grown, and how much, like, how much closer I am to the top, you know. And along the way, there's been so many people who have helped me, and, you know, when they botted me, it's like, oh, you can work on this or whatever. It's like, the community of Smash is so welcoming and so, I don't know, fun. Because I've always been kind of a timid guy, and, like, when I first went to that tournament, I was like, I don't know anybody, I don't want to talk to anybody, you know, but after a while, it just, like, I got integrated into this scene. It's like, okay, these are actually, you know, fun people to be around, and it was always fun to come to a Smash tournament. Even when I went 0-2, it was like, it was still fun to play against everybody. And I think the first person that made me jump, like, skill level, like, here's a bar of 1/100, maybe I was like right here, somewhere around 20%. You know, this is not a really good analogy, but it works for what I'm trying to say. So I'm at 20%, and I asked this guy named Just, or I think at the time it was Afro, and, like, I was playing against someone, I was just getting bodied. Like, you know, what the heck am I supposed to do here? And he's like, I think the main thing that he said that got me to play better was movement. Movement. Like practice for hours, just like wave landing, wave dashing. And that's when I went from like, say, 20% to 60%. You know, that's my first time that I actually realized what I needed to do to be good. And over time, it's like meeting the people in this scene, you know, going down to the Springs, going up to Fort Collins, you know, everybody. It's like, even though we might not play the same game, like they play Melee, they play 64, we play PM, we're all connected through our love of Smash. And that's one thing I always look forward to when I go through the week. Like, oh, Wednesday I get to play Smash, you know. And it's not just the game, it's all the people. I'm probably repeating myself, but I've never would have had the amount of friendships or experience or like good friendships that I wouldn't have had if I didn't go and enter the Smash scene. And one of my best friends that I made through here was Brandon Hazy, and we just one week we just teamed together, and we just started pooping on teams. Like, maybe we can actually take this somewhere. And that was probably one of my funnest experiences, starting the team with him and doing good. Like, and even though there's been a lot of gaps in between doubles tournaments, even just when we went to Salty Wands, was that 2.5 weeks ago, we hadn't teamed in like, I don't know how long, months. Go to the tournament. Our first match was pretty rough, but after that it's just like we just clicked. And that's one of my funnest experiences with Smash, is teaming with Rayon and doing good. And I'm sad that he's going to be leaving to NorCal, scrub. But no, I'm glad for the experience that we've had. And then, let's see. What makes me still enjoy this game? I don't know. I feel like I've touched on this already. Just the community of Smash helping me along with my enjoyment of this game. I don't know. That's pretty much it on that topic. So, kind of as a closing, where do I see the scene going forward? I am really excited for what we have in store for the Colorado Project M scene. We have a good group of TOs in the Springs with Truffles and Crow, and then with what we're doing with Denver Aurora, and I guess Thornton 2, or Longmont, would be Mob Quill, or Mopsy, Monk, and myself. I've really started to step up, and I've been here in the scene for about 2.5 years, and I'm like, I think it's time to start giving back. So I'm really excited for what we're starting to do with You Thought and Big Boss. Both of them will be alternating months for big monthly tournaments. And I think with these monthly tournaments starting back up again, I think we can start pulling new talent from places. Like, yeah, weeklies are good or good and stuff, but the monthlies is what is going to give us exposure to people. And Chris mentioned this in his video a while back about what we need to do to grow the scene. And that is, finding new people. With some of our top players maybe cycling out, this leaves a whole opportunity for new players to come in and show their talent. And I think we can really boost our, our numbers going forward. I think we're heading in a good direction. trying to think of other things to talk about, but really I'm kind of blanking at the moment. But yeah, I guess. Sorry, I'm rocking back and forth. It's probably really annoying. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say. I just want to give a big thanks to everyone in the scene. No matter what game you play, you've had an impact on my life. Um, and I'm excited for what we have planned in the future. Like Colorado is honestly pretty good. Like no matter what game we're playing, we're pretty good. Like Cyrox going to Big House, taking 25th out of how many? 1,500 people? That's really good for how old he is. What, like 17, 18? Our PM, I mean, granted they are taking a break for a little while, but, Messi taking names like Oracle, Yuta King, Jose V, he just beat a couple weeks ago. And then even in Smash 4, I know I'm not too familiar with all the Smash 4 people, but I've seen some pretty good stuff from our Smash 4 players, and 64 as well. Their 64 has his name out there, and we can take names with any game that we play. So I think we need to ride that momentum into the future, into the next year. I think next year will be good for us. I just want to thank everyone in the scene for where I've gotten to this point, and for everybody where I've seen a lot of growth in a lot of people, and I think it's good. So yeah, come to UThought 2 November 19th. Make sure you pre-register for that. If this uploads in time, I'm not sure when this will be, but Battery Basement in Fort Collins will have this weekend. What is that, October 29th? And then we don't have a date yet, but Big Boss 2 will be happening sometime early December. So I hope to see you guys out. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a good day.